All right. So we are, or not we, I don't know why I keep saying we, it's just me. I'm on my way to Denver area, Colorado right now. The current elevation where I am is about 4,000 feet above sea level. I am traveling right now at about 75 miles an hour. And what we have here is we have some gauges. Now, you can see that as we're going uphill and downhill, we have exhaust gas temperature of 800, right over 800 degrees is the cruising EGT temperature at 75 miles an hour. And right now we're, you can tell when we go uphill because we go above 15 psi boost, but when we are on flat land, we are at 13 to 14 psi boost at most, depending on headwind and things like that. The engine timing is around 9 to 10 degrees. I'm probably going to make a little bit more engine timing adjustments there. The current vane position is about 75 to 78. The engine coolant temperature is at 201, and the only reason it's at 201 right now is because I'm probably about a gallon low on coolant. I didn't do, if you see my delete video, I didn't do my delete properly the first time, and I never went through and finished my delete on my EGR, so I do leak a little coolant out of my truck, so I gotta add, coolant every now and then. Otherwise, this would be at about 195 is my 190 to 195 is my cruising coolant temperature. I don't know why it's getting blurry here. This YouTube video sucks for this stuff. So that PSI on the bottom right, one gauge up, is the fuel rail pressure. And now this part of Texas that I'm currently in, the elevation is pretty much right around 4,000, but the road kind of goes up a little incline, down a little incline, up a little incline, down a little incline. So you'll see these numbers changing like that as we slightly go uphill, slightly go downhill, back and forth. You can see that I'm in 8th gear. What's that bottom right? The bottom right is calculated engine load. Now, we are not at 70% engine load, so we're going to be going through the computer and finding where it has the original torque settings for the computer, and we're actually going to adjust it to the tune and set the, sorry, this freaking YouTube camera sucks, and we're going to set the torque in the computer to the proper torque that the vehicle's making, which will help those calculations out. So for anyone using a gauge or anything like that, it'll be a hell of a lot more accurate. What you can see down here, let's see if I can get my thing close enough. So the air fuel ratio just says 22 to 1. Now 22 to 1 is, or not 22 to 1, 22.1 to 1. That is the max on this gauge. So I might end up having to find a secondary gauge that can read higher. But what basically, this is the main thing that we're focused on, is driving down the road, we need to be above 20 to 1 air fuel ratio, which we are. We're going downhill here in a second, and then we're gonna go uphill a little bit, and you might be able to see the gauge. Well, you know what, let me just speed up, maybe it'll do it. Yep, see, I sped up to 80. You notice that it dropped to about 17.5 to 1 and then went back up right away. That's okay. One thing we're still gonna be adjusting a little bit is the how rich it gets when you get on it, because it gets nice and rich to light up the turbo, but then it stays around 14 to 1 the entire time you're on it, which, all that does is increase engine gas temperatures or exhaust gas temperatures. So we're gonna make some adjustments to that, so that way we can get the EGTs. Oh damn, I think we lost connection. No, all right, so we can get the EGTs down even lower than where they are now. But regular driving, they're absolutely perfect. I mean, we're going up this grade, okay, look, it broke 900. Sorry, I keep losing connection here. But awesome EGT temperatures. At idle, the EGT is only in the 300s when the truck's fully warm. Great temperature as well. And for those of you who are familiar with Fiats, right there is the, I can't really get a good sight of it, is the Maserati Giulia or whatever it is, which is supposed to be the chassis that the Dodge Charger is going to be using here in the future. It's an amazing car. They're super freaking fast. But like I said, this is basically just kind of show off the exhaust gas temperatures going down the highway. Right now, like I said, we're cruising at 80 miles an hour now. We're around the 15 PSI boost mark, 8 to 900 EGT. Like I said, I'm going up a small hill right now. So we're gonna make a few more changes to the boost maps a little bit. I think we're gonna pull boost a little bit from cruising speeds, probably 1 to 1.5 PSI, and see what it does to the air-fuel ratio. And we're gonna go from there. Like I said, and like I've always told every customer that we've talked to, that we're gonna continue to develop and make changes to these tunes. Now, I'm going uphill. I'm doing 80 miles an hour. You can see that my, damn it, I lost connection again. Oh, okay, I got connection back. I'm going up a slight grade, and my fuel economy is at about 16 to 17. Now, at 80 miles an hour at 4,000 feet above sea level with 33-inch mud tires. Oh, there's that car, by the way. My gauges and my tunes are going to be pretty much accurate right now. For all I know, mine might actually be reading a little on the low side, which I'd rather it be a little low than too high. I also, looks like I'm facing a little bit of a headwind, so I'm only reading 18 on my gauge, 18 to 20 at 80 miles an hour, which is about what my personal truck gets. Now, my customers get a lot better gas mileage than I do. I do think that there is something separately wrong with my vehicle that I'm going to be working on here at a certain point, but at that point it is what it is. I'm probably going to back the speed. I'll probably leave the speed at 80 for now. I'm kind of in a hurry. I had a couple vehicles up north of Denver I want to take care of, so from that, it is what it is. So I'll probably post some videos later. Have a good day.